What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and I'm back with another battle video. This time it's TZPS against the Reshiphlosion. Just so you guys know, the cards that my opponent is using are actually my cards, so I want to thank my trusted traders for getting the cards I needed for that deck, because I want to test out each playable deck at the moment. So you guys know, right now we're just shuffling and setting up the basic opening, like the prize cards and stuff. And also the playmat that I'm playing on is self-made. You can see Garchomp and Charizard on the playmat. I made it in the time where the platinum sets were illegal, like Garchomp Sea Level X was used a lot, and yeah, we're still setting up. And we only have to decide who gets to start now. Yeah, I choose the option tail, so... And it's tails, and I chose the option tails, which means I can start and I can dunk him on the first turn, because he only has one Pokemon out, which means if I can pull off the dunk, I win the battle. So, and I use dual ball and both dice are tails, so that was bad. Up next I'm using Juniper. I'm discarding all my cards like lightning energies and stuff. But I can draw 7 new cards, which is great for a fast deck like mine. And I'm placing a Zekrom on the bench. I'm using Junk Arm to get back the dual ball, and I use the dual ball, of course. And there we go. We got 1 hit, which means I can search my deck for one Pokemon, one basic Pokemon, and it's Pachirisu. And there we go. I'm shuffling. And I can place the Pachirisu directly on my hand. Let's see here, I can pull off the dunk, as you can see. There we go, all the energies to Zekrom, and there we go, game 1 is finished. Up to game 2. Yeah, this is actually 3 matches we recorded. Wouldn't have been an awesome video when I just put that first video online. That would be, not worth watching. Now we're just shuffling again. You always have to shuffle your cards very good, or else you'll be able to, you're gonna have a bad hands sometimes. Other times you may have a good hand, but I prefer shuffling a lot, just to have a unique game. Okay, there we go. Drawing 7 cards. 7 cards. Reminds me of the film The Ring. 7 days. Yeah, there we go. I have no basics. And then this game you'll see the weakness of the weakness of my deck, the TZPS deck, as well as the power of Reshiphlosion. So my opponent gets to draw an extra card because I didn't have any basics in my hand. There he goes, and yeah, you can just draw a new hand. Hopefully this time I'll have a basic Pokemon. Yep, and I do have a basic Pokemon, but yeah, I was doubting on placing someone else on the bench too, stuff like that. And it's tails. It's Zekrom versus Reshiram, and I can start again, which is really great. There we go. Dual ball, tails, again. Don't have that much luck with dual ball. Lucky for me, I put 4 of dual balls in my deck, and it looks like I have 1 hit, so 1 out of 4, which is less than the average. I prefer the old school Great Ball, but they changed Great Ball to another effect. Too bad. It would have been great in this deck. Okay, I'm getting out Shaman. Placing a Pachirisu on the bench, giving him 2 energies, and with Shaman I move the energies to Zekrom. There we go, a Juniper after that, getting me 7 new cards right from the start. I give an energy to Zekrom, and yeah, I can Bolt Strike again. 2 games in a row, really awesome. It's kinda hard pulling off the dunk with Zekrom. It's easier when you pull off the dunk with Tornadus, since you only have to have one energy moved by Pachirichu Shaman, that combo. So it's my opponent's move, and he attaches a double Carl's energy to Reshiram. Looks like he's gonna outrage me. Yeah, there he goes. I'm out. Gonna place Pachirichu as my active Pokemon. I'm looking through my hand. Looks like I have a catcher, which is kinda useless right now because my opponent doesn't have any bench Pokemon. So if I knock out Reshiram now, I'll win. And attach an energy to Pachirichu using Chirin to draw 3 cards, which is the better version of Bill. Oh, I was placing a collector after that. Always remember, you can always play only play one supporter each turn, but it doesn't matter when I showed the collector because I'm gonna discard them anyway with Junk Arm. Get back an item card. It's Dual Ball. And with Dual Ball, I just have to have a bit of luck, and there we go. Tails. And 1 hits. I'm gonna get out Magby. Magby is in my deck just because he doesn't need any energies to leave damage on an opponent. It's in situations as this one. Also to counter Got to Tell decks, which is the main reason that Magby is in my deck in the first place. And I'm shuffling again. Yeah, I'm just gonna place the Magby on the bench. I'm switching around my Pachirichu for the Magby, and with 0 energies I can use his attack that burns an opponent. I'm just looking through my hand again, seeing what other options I have. Here I place the Junk Arm, and I'm discarding Energy Switch and an energy to get back Dual Ball. Using Dual Ball just because I don't have any stronger Pokemon out. And I have 1 hit. Looks like I'm gonna, yeah. Always choose Zekrom when you're up against Reshiphlosion because Tornadus isn't that good against Reshirams. He gets knocked out by 1 attack. Placing Zekrom on the bench, and that'll be it. I'm gonna use my first attack playing with fire to burn my opponent. And yeah, he has to flip, and it stills, which means I win again. So we did a couple of other matches after that, so I decided to have an exciting game on game 3, where my TZPS deck has a really bad start, and yeah, I want to show you the weakness of my deck and the power of Reshiphlosion. And we're just shuffling again. You might see in the right corner that there's a little blur on the screen. That's because my the camera didn't have a good yeah, how do you say that? The camera didn't record as well as the previous battle video. There was something blocking the camera sight. Okay, we're setting up. I only have 1 basic, and my opponent has 3, which is bad for me. Okay, sets up the prize cards. And there we go. Who gets to start? My opponent can start. And I have a Shaman as my active, which means this is the bad start I mentioned with a TZPS deck. Already has 2 Reshirams, which will be hard. It'll be a battle till the end. Not a dunk, not anything. And using Pokemon Collector as well, which means more basics are out of his deck. He gets a Vulpix, Reshiram, and Cyndaquil. What will he do now? He places another Reshiram on the bench as well as a Cyndaquil, and then he uses Pokemon Communication to get out Typhlosion, which is one of the main keys of this deck. Typhlosion has the Poké Power to get out energies out of the discard pile and then attach him to Reshiram each turn, which means he can deal 120 damage each turn, which is the strategy to this deck. And he uses plus power for 60 damage since Shaman has a weakness to fire. I only have 1 Oh no, 10 HP left, which means Shaman will be out of the picture in a second. Plays Zekrom on the bench. Dotting on using stuff. I'm using Dual Ball, as always, my opening move. Dual Ball, again, I have 1 heads, so I can search my deck for 1 Pokemon. 1 Pokemon isn't that great with Dual Ball. If you have 2, you can pull off a combo, Pachirisu Shaman, but 1, I'm just gonna get out another Zekrom. So, Zekrom versus Reshiphlosion. It looks like I shuffled and yeah, there was a card showing, so I have to shuffle again, but that doesn't matter anyway. I was going to pull Lightning Energy. So 2 Zekroms on my bench, and what will I do next? I'm gonna use Professor Oak's new theory, which lets you shuffle your hand back into your deck and draw 6 new cards. Hopefully I can get some great cards like Junk Arm and Energies so I can pull off a combo, but we'll see. Pulling some cards. There we go, fresh new hand, which is a great card. It has the same effect as a Clefas Eek. I'm just looking through my fresh new hand, looking what combos I can pull, stuff like that. And yeah, I just go for a Tornadus on the bench. I'm giving him a double Carl's energy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Can't do much. It's my opponent's move, and he just uses Outrage to knock me out, I believe. He doesn't have a large hand size, only 2, now 3. Alright. Zekrom is the new active Pokemon. Pull a card. What can I pull off to knock out the annoying Reshiphlosion that keeps bugging me with his Outrage? Using Junifer, discarding some item cards and stuff. But I can draw 7 cards now, which is a great card. Really like to play Junifer. Professor Oak's new theory is also good, but Junifer is nice to draw more cards. And it's nice when you discard item cards, you can just get them back with Junk Arm. I'm using Dual Ball. And wow. Both of them are tails. Again. We have bad luck with Dual Balls. And by the way, the Dual Ball I'm using is from Crystal Guardians. You can use all the cards that have a reprint version. Just so you guys know, you can use old school energies. You can use cards that have been out for a while, like Plus Power. And when they have a reprint of the card and a set that is legal, you can just use the old school cards. Like my opponent has a Plus Power in the discard pile from Diamond and Pearl, which is completely legal. And he uses Professor Oak's new theory. He's gonna have a larger hand size, able to evolve Cyndaquils, I believe. It's kind of easy to get a Typhlosion out because the deck runs 4 rare candies for the speed. He's looking to his discard pile, which means he has a Junk Arm. He uses Junk Arm, discarding Vulpix and Reshiphlosion, which is a surprise. But he also he has 3 Reshirams out, so discarding 1 isn't that bad. And he has a Revive in his deck as well. He gets out Pokemon Communication with Junk Arm. He wanted to use it, but he didn't have any Pokemon in his hand, so I was kind of a little misplayed discarding stuff for a card you can use right away. But maybe later you can make it a great effect of it. He attaches a Fire Energy to Reshiram, and he uses Outrage for 20 damage. I'm kinda stuck right now. I didn't pull off the combo at the start like Shaman Pachirisu. And I don't have a Pokemon that can attack for high damage right away. Only Tornadus is 1 energy away from dealing 80 damage, but that seems all I can do right now. using a Hurricane, which deals 80 damage, and I have to move an energy to a benched Pokemon so I can set up Zekrom. He attaches a Fire Energy, uses Catcher, which is a smart move. He's gonna knock out the Zekrom with energies attached to him. And yeah, he uses, yeah, is that Juniper? Yeah, he uses Juniper as well. Get a large hand size. And you can see a glimpse of his hand, which lets you know that he has a Revive in his hand. So whenever a Pokemon is knocked out at this point, he'll just get it back with Revive. Okay, it's Tornadus, his turn. Yeah. Pull a card. Energy to Tornadus. I have a small hand size. Could be hard beating this deck right now. I had a really bad setup and stuff, but I was able to knock out a Reshiram. And yeah, there we go. Rare Candy. And just evolving another Clova, so that means 2 Typhlosions are out there, which means he can attack each turn if he has an extra energy in his hand, which he does. He does have a Fire Energy. And all the energies are hollow, I believe. Maybe 2 or 3 aren't hollow, but most energies are hollow. I love to play with reverse cards as well as my opponent. That's why I'm collecting all playable reverse cards. Also hollow energy cards, stuff like that. It's my move, and my opponent has already taken 3 prize cards, and I only picked 1, so really bad for me. And yeah, just so you guys know, there's not gonna be a battle video each Saturday. It's just kind of hard making these videos because at the weekend I have a small job at the weekend work, or whatever you want to call it, so I don't have that much time. But still, I try to make as many videos as I can. Just leave suggestions on which deck versus which deck you'd like. Just another thing you guys should know is that I don't have all the necessary cards to Godstell deck yet, but I'm getting those from TCPS. Hopefully next week can test that deck out. Right now I'm just using my regular TZPS deck, and I made a Reshiphlosion deck for my friend, and he's just using it to test out against my deck. And we already know that TZPS can be really dangerous when it has a good setup. And yeah, I just wanted to know the power of Reshiphlosion. And yeah, I just used Catcher and plus power to knock out a Clefo, cheap prize card. And yeah, there we go. Touches energy, stuff like that. With a Afterburner from Typhlosion. But you have to put 1 damage counter each time you do that. The effect is you can search your discard pile full of Fire Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon, but then put 1 damage counter on that Pokemon. And yeah, I'm stuck with only 1 Zekrom. He uses Blue Flare, deals 120 damage. And yeah, I'm doubting on using something. It was Professor Oak's new theory. I needed to do that because I had 2 cards in my hand, so I needed a larger hand size to come back with a comeback. Kind of funny to say that. There we go, 6 new cards. Placing Tornadus on the bench, giving him a double Carlos energy. And yeah, that'll be Outrage on the Reshiram. We're tied at 3 prizes. Kind of an even match. It was the best one we had today, so that's why I uploaded it after the other 2. We also had more donks and stuff. That wasn't worth uploading. I don't like to upload a battle video that only takes about 1 turn. It's not fair as well. Uses Collector, get out a bunch of Pokemon like Vulpix and Cyndaquils. Places Cyndaquil on the bench, as well as yeah, I should go for the Vulpix, and he goes for the Vulpix. I was right. Okay, communication. The Cyndaquil for a Typhlosion. Oh, that's bad. Next turn he could have 3 Typhlosions on his bench. I'm pretty much screwed because he can attack each turn with major damage. So, and I have to attach energies by myself. Can do a combo, but it's kind of hard right now because Shaman is already out of the picture. Only have 1 Shaman left in my deck, and the dual balls always fail, stuff like that. And yeah, he uses Outrage to knock me out. Only 2 prize cards away from losing. Tornadus is my new active Pokemon, and I draw a card. I don't attach anything. I use Sage's Training, which is a great trainer card. I like to play with Sage Training. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and choose 2 of them and place them directly in your hand. Well, you have to discard the others, but if you discard item cards, you can just get them back with Junk Arm. Wow, that was fast. Should play that in slow motion. Okay, I pull off a combo, patch 3-2 Shaman. Get energies to my Tornadus and my other Tornadus. Too bad I didn't have a Zekrom at the time because that would really help me against Reshirams. Because when they do Blue Flare, I can just outrage him and he'll be knocked out. I'm using Hurricane, 80 damage, which brings the damage counter on 100 or 10. Yeah, the damage counter is on 10, which means 100 damage on the Reshiram. So when he uses Blue Flare, he has to put 2 damage counters on him again, stuff like that. That way he'll be knocked out, but I don't think he'll do that. He attaches a Fire Energy to another Reshiram with Afterburner from a Typhlosion, then another energy from his hand. And he uses Blue Flare as I expected, so he's 1 prize card away from winning. And if you didn't know already, he's gonna win in this battle. There's no way around it. I'm stuck with 2 basics on the bench, which are pretty much useless after you use the combo. They're easy catcher material. You have to look out if you don't. When you play a lot of Shamans and Patch Reachers on the bench, that they could be catchers. So that's the weakness of my deck. When you're in a trainer lock, it's also bad for this deck because no plus powers, no junk arms, no anything, just supporters. And the supporters are mainly draw cards like Copycat, Frostroke's New Theory, Juniper, stuff like that. And I'm using Dual Ball, which means if I was in a trainer lock, I can use any Dual Balls as well. 1 hits, which means Zekrom, of course. The last Zekrom in my deck, and my deck is getting thinned out really quick. But it doesn't matter because I already lost. You can see the power of Reshiphlosion on the right side with 3 Typhlosion primes out, 2 Reshirams, and even Vulpix. When he gets Ninetales out, that'll be a perfect picture. And I'm just using Hurricane. Yeah. To knock out Reshiram. And here I forgot to switch around an energy, but I know it's the end for me, so I didn't have to do that. 1 attack and I'm out of there. And he wants to go out in style by giving energies with Afterburner and stuff. His bench is completely set up. There's nothing I can do, so that's just game 3. It was great playing 3 matches. Also, be sure to subscribe because there will be more battle videos coming, as well as episodes, openings, stuff like that. As always, this was ZapdosTCG. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time.